Wait for it. Heroes don't come, they're grown. They fight to get to where they're at. There's always somebody in their corner leading them that way, even if it's themselves, even if it's some inner drive, ambition, wound, some need for acceptance, shame, guilt, whatever that motivation is. There's always a friend. There's always some piece of the puzzle. It's beautiful, really, when you think about it. Because you get to choose what that piece is, right? And some are far more effective than others. And you just got to keep trying. If it ain't free, it ain't for me, baby. So just maybe keep trying. They'll fit, and when they do, when they click, it'll be spectacular. So I've been thinking about one heart, one mind, and what that would mean. So if you're a group of people living as one heart and mind, or being as one heart and mind, whatever the case is, whatever proximity, then there's a certain vulnerability level. I mean, does that mean there's no clashes? Because there's going to be clashes. So what does one heart, one mind mean? You can't hold back from that person. You know, if I don't like you, I can't hold that back from you. I have to deal with that. I don't know what that looks like, but there's a vulnerability to it and a unity to it. And a peace to it, and a joy to it, and a simplicity. But it's a virtue. You got to build it, you know, so it's not this way or that way, it's the balance, right? That's the virtue. So you can go off this way, you can go off that way, you know, but it's the tension of the two ways that gives you the virtue. So humility, true humility, it's a virtue, right? So it's got to be a balance. What's it a balance between? In understanding that I am completely nothing and billions of stars, or whatever the hell, you know, timeless universe. The balance of that and infinite value, right? So I don't think I'm a worthless piece of shit, nothing exclusively, right? It's the balance of that, and I have infinite value. There's only one out of billions of me, right? Infinite value. If not you, it's not going to happen again. Infinite value. Little Timmy, if we don't have him, we're never going to get that ever again. The uniqueness. We can have Timmy-like things. We can't have Timmy. We can have groupings of Timmy, or tribes, as it were. So what is that balance? And what can you do it with? Is it best with only 2 people? Can 4 people do it? Can a whole household of 10 or 12 people, different generations, can they do it? Be of one heart and one mind? Is grandma that we kicked to like a bunch of rooms in a try not to think of it as a hospital type place, you know, could they have added value to one heart, one mind? Would it have been like some huge, like, I'm saying stronghold, but that's the wrong word, right? It's a fortress, right? So you have the stability and the protection of that hive. And it's a responsibility, right? Because hives can go this way and then go that way, and it's a balance and it's a virtue. Where are you on that balance? And then how about the individual gifts in there? Do you have 1 or 2 people that can't share their gifts with the group? Can't give who they are, the uniqueness of themselves to the group? Is that the holding back? Is that the lack of vulnerability? I can hate you, but you've got to share that individuality with me? Is that the pluralism that we so desperately need in these dim times? Hmm. I mean, how great for TV would that be? Who can digitally capture that, a hive? And how can we digitally recreate that? So that leads into a great another topic, which is the digital age, the coming digital age, and the obvious one world nature. Right now, I could get on a Skype call with Putin, and him and I could chat for 3 hours, right? Some kid in the middle of Central Africa in one of the, poor nations over there, could be handed a phone right now, and him and I could have a 2 hour conversation about whatever if he speaks English. So so that's not a thing anymore. I mean, the world is we're all like this. So how do we recreate that digitally? What does that look like? I mean, there's got to be do you want control to win, or do you want freedom to win? You got to make that choice, because it's happening. It's happening. Okay, we all depend on each other now. We can all kill each other any day immediately. We all depend on each other now. Okay, let's fight our wars with words. Let's fight our wars with something higher. We're all the fucking same now. Okay? English, Russian, Chinese, we're all the fucking same now. So what's it gonna be? Is it gonna be control and fear? Or is it gonna be open and free and hope and joy? We are all connected now. What do you want your little cave to be? What do you want your little cove to be? one heart, one mind. What does it look like? What would it look like? Just theoretically, just in your mind. The thought experiment. Would it be, you know, would you be wide open? Would you share 10% of yourself, 20% of yourself? What value would you get? How hard would it be? I mean, you have your own thoughts. They're like your possessions and yourself. And you have to what? Like share them? Yikes. How's it even possible? No one would ever want to see me. Well, maybe that's the first thing you resolve. Hmm. Take a lot of work, but if you can see the fruits, it makes it a lot easier. So if you see a group of freedom, if you can capture that, then, why wouldn't you want that? Who wouldn't want that? Hmm. Something to think about.